everyone. Today I am going to do something really exciting, I think. At least I'm hoping that it works out. I am going to do portraits of my daughters, and these are my two daughters. Um, and we're going to try something that I saw on Skillshare. Now, I don't support, like this isn't paid by Skillshare at all. But it was something that was done by Froyle Davies, and I don't know if I even said that right, but I think I liked the method and I wanted to try it to see if I could do it. So, without further ado, I'm going to cut. Well, these are the canvases. It's 12 by 12, and I believe this is about an inch on the edges here. So I'm going to take this off. She did it on a canvas, and I just love the way it turned out. It's just so cool. So one of these is from Artist Loft, and one is from Hobby Lobby. And as you can see, they're kind of expensive. I think I got this one a little bit on sale from Michael's. But this one, they don't have sales like they used to. You used to have a 40% coupon. They don't do that anymore, unfortunately. And I am still waiting to show you how to use stretcher boards. Unfortunately, the size that I need, no one has it, so it's kind of hard to do. So I'm going to start out with this one, and I'm going to start out with my older daughter. I'm going to cut this out, I think. I don't want to rip it. I'm going to cut it. So I'm going to cut around her. Now, the first part, this has to dry for about a day. So I'm going to start. I hope it, well, before I go on any further, I hope everybody's doing well, all my wonderful people out there. So many people are getting sick. I'm just so concerned. And people that I know, I mean, know through Facebook and things like that. It's just getting really terrible. So I believe I should put this down here. I probably could have been a little bit bigger, but unfortunately, this is the best that I could do without causing distortion too much. So I've been waiting for a gloss matte. I'm going to try this one. It's gloss gel medium. I got this at Hobby Lobby. It's Liquitex. I've never used it. I don't know if I can get this off here. Oh yeah, okay, it does come off. Okay, and I'm gonna spread that around. I'm gonna use one of these sponge daubers here. Just put this on canvas. It's not going to matter. It's underneath anyways. It's just to get her glued down. I mean, I could use glue, but Flo used this matte medium, or the matte medium. And I just want to make sure I do the same thing. Okay, we need a little bit more out here. This is so cool how it turns out, if it turns out the way she did it. I loved it. Okay. Now, the images I did on my laser printer, she suggests that you use a laser image. And that's what I'm doing. I'm using a laser image. And because it's the one that holds up the most or the best. I'm just gonna Make sure it doesn't wrinkle here. I want to make sure you got to do this nice and soft. Get some of those wrinkles out. You don't want to get too much of that on there, and I'm going to wipe some of this off because I don't want it to be on my painting because it won't adhere maybe. I mean, it's not going to matter much here, but the paint is the problem. I don't want that to have an issue when I do what I'm going to do. But then again, I have a step that'll help that anyway, so I guess it's not that big a deal. All right, let's go get some of this. You have to have enough down so that it adheres and you don't want it to rip. So you just go very lightly. Just making sure this stays here. I think we have that pretty good. We just don't want it to dry with ripples. At least I don't want it to anyway. Lightly, not ruining it. This is step one, and this has to dry overnight. So that's step one on her. All right, I'm going to cut this one out. This one's a little different. I don't know. Kind of wanted to get some of her in there with some of her percussion instruments, but get some of this in maybe. It just looks a little weird, her hand being like off the picture, her arm. That's all right because it'll get a little bit covered. I'll cover it up with some of the things that I'm going to do here. Okay, and I'm kind of centering it. You can off center it if you want a little bit. I mean, I could put it over here. Then it would look a little dumb too if it was off. And maybe we'll just do it like that. We'll see how that turns out. Something different. Once it's down, it doesn't, you can't move it. So you want to make sure you get it in the right spot. See, maybe I can move it. I just didn't want to ripple it too much, which it's going to do here. Let's get this on here right. Okay. Okay. Just go lightly on this. Try to get some of the ripples out of my Cricut thing here. Okay. I think she did go kind of on the edges just to make sure they stayed on. Just go lightly because you don't want to rip anything. Okay. So this is step one. We're going to let this dry. And I will be back with the result, the next step. What we have to do for the next step. Awesome. Okay, so let's see you tomorrow. The next step after the dry. It has to dry, she said, overnight. So, all right. So we have let this dry. It's all dry now. So now we're going to apply the paint, and I am using Atelier Interactive Artist Acrylic, and this is a black brown. If you could see that, I don't know. So it's semi-transparent, brand new because I ordered it just for this. And what we're going to do is paint this, and then we're going to add some maybe stencils to it. I don't know yet, but I'm thinking I'd want to do that. And I want a nice soft brush, so I'm looking in here for my nice soft kind of brushes. I think this one will work. It's a little small, but it's soft. I'm just going to go onto this. We're going to start painting right on the canvas, kind of blending it a little bit with what we have on here. And work it from there. Kind of just blend it in with what we have. So I'll probably just speed this part up. I'm just going to be painting around each of the girls here for their portrait. Okay, so we got to let this dry too. It's drying fast, so it shouldn't take too long. Hopefully. I'm going to put this back on here. I like to keep those on. It helps to keep it from drying out. So this one's almost dry, and we'll just wait for that. And we'll maybe have to come back here with a couple little added pieces because it's, I don't know if this will just kind of see little things that pop up. It didn't get covered too well, so sometimes that happens with paint. We want it all be covered here. Cover up the edges like. Now this daughter here is a writer. She has her books on Amazon. Her name is Nicole Leckenby, and she has authored several children's books. And you might want to check her out. She's got some cute little stories there. I did illustrate them, and every book has a donation to a special organization. So you might want to check that out because she donates some of it to a charity. And we've been doing this for a while now. My next book that I'll be illustrating is a Christmas book. So I've got to get started on that too, but I haven't had a chance. And I'll be starting that up soon because it takes me about 6 months to get through it. And then she has to have 72 pages now. That's required by Amazon. So trying to make a 72-page child's book is very difficult to keep them entertained. So hopefully we have it locked in now that we know what to do. But yeah, it's been kind of interesting. So let's wait till this dries completely, and then we'll move to the next step. All right, so both the girls have dried very nice, and I'm going to use a stencil. And I think for Nicole's side, I'm going to use this one. Just put a little laciness in this corner. And I just got this stencil, so let's see how it works for me. Because sometimes I have a little issue with stencils. But I'm going to do this sort of like on an angle, just to get this little lacy effect here. And I'm using a makeup sponge, and I'm using copper paint from Basics Liquitex. All right, now let's get started here. I'm just going to dab my sponge in there. Just in this corner, I'm going to put this. Let me move that a little bit, like have that right on the edge. Over here, the edge. Kind of like on the edge of things. There we go. Okay, here goes nothing. I think this will show it pretty nice. You don't need a lot to do this, just enough to give it a little bit of something different on the edge here. And oh yeah. Yeah, I like that. Okay, maybe I'll move up a little bit more with this. Let's see if I can get that pretty close. A little bit more here. I have that pretty close there. Yeah, a little bit more. I have to get a little bit more of that design in here. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Let's see. Does this like match here? No. It's too bad it doesn't like match. I don't think that. Well, maybe this is it here, right here. You know, like here. I'd like that to kind of match over here. Oh yeah, there we go. Kind of bring it up a little bit more. Let's see here. Because I like it on an angle, sort of. Yeah, like that. Okay. Now for my daughter, Natalie. We're going to do, I made this stencil, so I'm hoping this actually kind of looks cool like this. Just get it. Same color, same coppery shade. I cut this stencil out on my Cricut, so hopefully it works. I've never used a handmade stencil before. So, I don't know if it's going to bleed, but I think it'll be all right. Maybe just a little bit in here. Kind of cool. Okay. Oh yeah. So cool. Okay, so I could put like maybe a tad bit of one here. Just so it kind of doesn't leave such a space. There we go. Oh, nice, nice, nice. All right, yeah, that stencil worked out very nice. Okay. All right, so now we're going to let this dry. What we're going to actually do now, after this dries, is we're going to varnish this. And then the next step comes up. These are just little steps that keep us moving along here. You know what? I see a little spot here that I may have missed with my paint. So this will just try to fill those little dots in. I mean, it's probably going to get covered from the next step, but I just don't want any white showing if I can help it. Sometimes it's just little things that you see pop up. And me, I'm such a pain with stuff. You gotta have it just right. But I just love the way this turned out. And like probably this process that comes along next will take a couple different ways of doing it and drying. But I thought it was so cool and really looked neat. And I think you'll like it too. Okay, so that's step 3 in our process. And we'll come back as soon as this dries and put a little layer of varnish. Okay. All right, so the next step that we're going to be doing here is to varnish our painting because for our next step, we don't want this to get messed up here. We don't want it to peel or do anything crazy. We just want to be able to varnish it and keep it from getting messed up. So I bought some satin varnish. It's a Liquitex. Let me see if I can open it. Usually these things I can't open. There we go. And I got a nice soft brush here for varnishing. Let me get a dish here. Probably going to need another one for my next steps. But for now, we'll just have, and this has to dry overnight. So I'm just going to put a little bit in here. Don't need a lot. Okay. Just go over this, making sure that everything gets taken care of. Even the sides, you can varnish the sides if you like. Now this is a satin varnish. I couldn't find a matte varnish. They had gloss. I didn't want gloss. It's important that you cover that picture. That's the big deal here. Might be getting some of that paint on here. I just put down, so just be careful. Because it is coming off here. A little bit. Just don't press down too hard. Watch your sides because it will drip. So we'll just get the rest of these here. Soft as this brush is, it still picks up some of that paint. I know there's special brushes for this, but I could not find them. All right. Brush hair got in there. Okay. I'll do Nicole and let these dry overnight. So it's going to have to dry overnight, like I said. All right. Get hair in here. I don't know. There we go. It's little hairs, dog hairs and things. Definitely want to get her covered here. Okay. See these little hairs? I guess they're coming off my brush. Just remember not to go too hard on this because you don't want to pick up the paint. Plus, you don't want to pick up the paint picture either. So, okay. Kind of let this one sit here. Oh, see that big hair? My bristles here. I don't want that in there. I love this lace. I love both of them. Kind of neat. All right. So that is finished, and we will wait for this to dry overnight. It has to dry, and then the more exciting step comes up next. So stay tuned for tomorrow. These are in special little segments, although this video will be in one video. It will be kind of interesting to see the next steps. So I hope you stay tuned. All right, bye. And don't forget those thumbs up, please. Subscribe. Really helps out my station. Make comments. It helps the station to grow. The analytics. It helps in the analytics. You make this possible. And without you, I have nothing. So that's why I hope that you continue to watch. We're going to have a lot of exciting things coming this year. So, bye. Okay, so here we are. We're ready to start our next part. And I've got these pretty well dry. And the next part is going to be a little interesting. Hopefully, we'll enjoy this. I've mixed colors, which are this Iridescent Bronze, um, Iridescent Rich Bronze, two bronzes, different companies, excuse me, different shades. I've used my black brown, and I'm trying to find my lid, which I don't know. Here it is. And we're going to get started on this. Now, what I did is I mixed some flow medium, pouring medium, and this is a Liquitex pouring medium. And I've mixed all the shades. Now you want to have some old brushes that you really don't care about getting ruined, because you just don't want to ruin them. And then I have some this plain, which I'm going to cover her. So I'm just going to put this on. I just don't want her getting messed up. And I don't want the flow medium to go into this picture. Now I started out with this one, and then we'll go to the next one. I guess I should work a little faster, maybe. I don't know. But we definitely don't want any of that flow medium coming into her picture. Just set that there. So the next thing I have to do is I want to, oopsie, I don't want that to fall over. Let's see, will that stay? I don't know. I am going to take care of my sides. I want to paint around here just so that it doesn't make too much of a mess. So this is it's a little thicker, so it won't flow as much, I guess you could say. But we want to get that around the edges here. Once I get one done, we'll go to the next. Okay, all right. So we got that one. I may have to go and get another brush. So I only got 3. I don't think I have any here. Now this one is the one bronze, and this is the Liquitex bronze. So we're just going to paint it on different spots here. Let me get the other one. The other brush, I should say. Let me get the other brush that I don't mind losing because they're old and puffy and of no use. Oh, I can use this. I will use this little 1-incher. And we're going to use this one. And the thing is, the way this dries, you're going to be so surprised. I mean, it's really cool. Because it has that flow medium in it. The thing is not to put too much on because you don't want it to flow into your painting. And the results are just amazing. The results are so cool. Okay, get some of this in there. I should come around the bottom too. This one's a little thicker, so I'm not sure how this will work. Let's just get some of that down in here. And it will kind of go over, and that's all right. As long as it doesn't go into her. That's what we don't want. And hopefully that's like a little barrier there. Okay. Thinking I might have enough now. Let's see. Let's see if it flows for me a little bit. And you never know what you're going to get, which makes it even more interesting because you never know what's going to happen as it dries. I might need to put a little bit more on there so it flows a little bit more, because I don't think it's flowing as much as I would like to see it flow. There goes old Grumpy. All right, let's see if we can get this to flow now. A little bit. Oh yeah, it's starting to go a little bit now. And the results will be just so beautiful. At least I'm hoping it is beautiful. Let me get down there some. Let's see. You just put a little bit around her. Don't want to get too close though. A little bit more of this. Certain spots here. Almost looks like marbled. Oops. Don't want that on her. Don't want the gold in there. Oops. Gold. Little gold in there. No good. Okay. And it can roll off a little bit. I mean, that's going to happen. I might need to put a little bit more pouring medium in there so it flows a little bit better. Might be just a little too thick. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. The way it's flowing. It's starting to flow around her, not getting into her too much. I'm going to move it around a little bit more here. Then we're going to just let it dry after all this, and then we'll come back and see the results. And I am excited to see what happens here, really. Excited to see what happens. Yes. Now you want to make sure this is on a flat surface because you don't want it to be, oh, I'm sorry, Sally. I don't want you to put it somewhere where it's going to be goofy. So, flat surface. We need the flat surface. And we'll see what happens with that. All right, now we're going to do the same thing with this one. Ooh, don't pull that down. All right, we're going to do the same thing here with this one. I think I'm going to just use this here to do the edges. Paint it. Then I have to get her painted a little bit with this pouring medium. Want that to go crazy here. This will keep it, like I said, this, now the reason you put the varnish on is because if you didn't put the varnish on, this would just peel up. A lot of steps involved. Okay. So we're going to start out with this also. Okay. The goldish bronze. It looks more like gold. Oops. Working too fast here. Want that on there. Okay. Oh boy. So, everybody having a good day today? Hopefully, everyone is staying healthy, staying away from the COVID. Because that COVID is a real pain in the neck. So many people that I know have it, and it's just awful. What they're going through, the coughing, feeling sick. It's just not too much fun, you know? It's not a fun thing to get. Definitely has to come off there. I just hope this turns out because it really did look beautiful when Foil Davies did it. I'm not very adept to this kind of method, but it's always worth a try. So you can see some of the failures that can happen. You know, things happen. Hopefully we'll be able to get it where it works nicely. All right, I think I have enough on here to start moving it around again. I'm gonna have to put some more on, who knows. I see some spots where I could put some more paint. Let's see here. Even some down and through here. Be all right. Let it run this way a little bit. Oh yeah, it's starting to run off the sides a little. Let's just get this moving. It's like watercolor. You're just putting a barrier on it to keep it from running. Different areas and ways here. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't want it to run down that way. I mean, if it does, it does, but you know, you just want to try to keep it away from the picture. This could take a couple of days to dry. I'm not sure exactly what will happen as far as how it's going to dry. Some of it is running. Okay, maybe we just want to stop with that now. And I'm going to keep this up here so it's nice and flat. I just I like the way this has gone here. That's really cool. Let's see here what we can do here. That's pretty nifty. And this is kind of interesting here too. This is neat. So the directions and the way they go are pretty cool. Yeah, I think this is going to be nice. I'm looking forward to seeing it dry. Oh, geez. Look at that mess. Just going to do the sides here with this. Not that it's going to make it any different, but I don't know what it'll do actually. But where it kind of went off the think it might still do that, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. So after this process, your brushes are basically ruined. Just so you know, they'll never be the same because of the pouring medium. You'll never get that out of there. So, I mean, you can rinse them out to make sure that you can use them again. I would want you to try anyways to save them. But we'll be back once we're done once we see how this turns out. I'm excited. I know it's going to be great. It's going to look pretty cool once this dries. Some of the things that are going on in here. And until we see you next time on this same video. Wait a minute. I want to get a little bit more here. Probably just use my fingers here to kind of get that so it doesn't look like it's nothing there. Okay. I want it to like kind of roll off of the thing. Okay. Alrighty. All right. So we'll come back again and see what happens to this. And let's keep our fingers crossed because I think it's going to turn out so awesome. It's going to be awesome. All right. Okay, so we finished the pour, which I'm not real thrilled with because hers did not have such thickness. So I think what I need to do is the next time when I do this, because I'm going to redo it, I'm going to make that pouring medium and the paint a little thinner because I don't like the way this went. But I'm not going to use these sized canvas again because they're pretty big and, it's awkward. I mean, I still like them. I still think they kind of look cool. But I think that that's what I want to do for the next one. This is the way they turned out. I mean, they're not bad, but it's just not something that I was looking at or hoping for. So anyways, we'll probably do another session, but I'm going to have everything done until I do the pouring again. And we'll see if the thinner will work better because I just don't like this. It's too thick, too thick. Okay, well, I hope everybody enjoyed this little thing, but I think instead, like I said, we're going to make that pouring medium a little thinner and hopefully it'll look a little bit better than this. Sometimes I'm just too picky. So let me know what you think in the comments. I'd like to know what you think about these, see how you feel, what I should do, if I should or shouldn't make another one, but I am going to make another one because I just don't care for it. So, okay. And then until next time, until we do the next project, I think what we're going to do is some jelly plate printing. I'd like to try that out again. Well, at least I can sit and do that where if I'm painting, it's going to be a little hard, but I'm going to try to get some painting in soon. I have one more procedure. Well, I have another procedure next week, and then I have to get another procedure where they're going to put me under, provided that this all works out and everything. So let's keep our fingers crossed. And please give me a thumbs up and make some comments. You don't know how much that is appreciated in especially in the analytics. It just helps my station to grow, or my channel, and I want this to grow this year. That's my goal. I want my channel to grow. So share it out, whatever you need to do. But I would love more people coming in, seeing my videos, and okay, hopefully to see you soon. Talk to you soon. Bye. Bye.